What is that? Right. Can you hear me? Are you receiving? Yeah, we'll get started. We'll come into a comfortable seat. If there are any technical glitches, if you can't hear me, then do shout, please. So as always, take your time to arrange yourself, make your adjustments, get comfortable. Let the hands settle somewhere on the thighs or in the lap. And either eyes are closed or focus the gaze down onto one point on the ground in front of you. And use the next few breaths to release the body. So do notice if there's any tension that's holding around the hips or the lower back, perhaps, the shoulders, the face, and the jaw. Feel the stillness of the body. And begin to notice what you're feeling. So any physical sensations in the body. And allow the awareness to move from one sensation to another. So really exploring and seeing what's coming up for you. If there are areas of tightness, maybe some discomfort, pay them as much attention as other sensations. Acknowledge any areas of injury, stiffness, anything that you might need to pay more attention to as we move through the practice. And also your mood, your energy this evening. Shifting your awareness into the mind. We'll take a few moments to consider an intention. Sometimes that might just be a word or a few words that easily pop into the mind. Sometimes something more specific. And sometimes the mind's blank. So take time to consider your intention, what it is that you would like to get out of your practice. And we'll take a large inhale through the nose. And send out your intentions with your next exhale. And we'll take a short breath practice. So 3-part breathing. So taking the focus into the lower breathing area, sort of from the lower ribs to the pelvic floor, front, sides, and the back. And you're gently lengthening the breath, awareness in that lower space, and spreading the breath out in all directions. So on your inhale, the belly, the waist, the lower back expand. And the exhale, that whole area gently contracts. Continue with this awareness on the lower breathing area. You might not feel that much movement in certain places, but your awareness is in the whole of that area. We'll take around 5 more full breaths into the lower space. Any time that the mind wanders, gently draw it back onto the breath, onto that awareness. We'll take a couple more rounds of breath like this. And then we're going to shift the attention into the middle section. So from the lower ribs up to about the collarbones, the upper shoulders, the upper back. So the awareness is in the whole of the rib cage. And as you breathe, you're expanding front of the rib cage, the sides, and the upper back. So focused awareness on that space and on the breath. Doesn't need to be a super big breath, just whatever feels comfortable for you. So just to let Zainab know, who's just joined us, what we're doing, we're taking a 3-part breathing practice. Hello. And we're just focusing on this area, the rib cage, front, sides, and back. A smooth, easy breath. Your awareness is on that space, the whole of the rib cage. You feel the breath moving in, the ribs expanding, the shoulders lifting a little bit with the inhale. And then the exhale, the ribs draw in, the shoulders drop a little bit. So we'll take 5 more breaths like that. Focused awareness on the ribs, shoulders. And it's the front and the back and the sides. And of course, the area inside, the middle. A few more breaths here. And then we're going to shift the awareness into the upper breathing area. So that's from the collarbones up. So it could be anywhere from the collarbones to the top of the head. You're probably more likely to feel it around the nasal cavity. As you're inhaling, feel the breath in the throat, maybe in the back of the mouth, the nose, and The awareness is in the whole of the head space, but you may or may not feel that movement. You're breathing, filling up, out, front and back. The focused awareness on that upper breathing area, collarbones up. Working with a speed and a capacity of the breath that feels completely comfortable for you. We'll take 5 more breaths into this upper breathing space. And then moving on, we will extend the breath into all areas. So you're breathing all the way down to the pelvis, the pelvic floor, all the way up to the crown of the head, sides, front and back, and the whole of the inside. So inhaling, allowing everything to expand. I like to imagine like how a balloon expands when you blow it up. It doesn't just blow into one area. The whole thing blows up evenly. And then when it deflates, it all contracts in quite evenly. So focusing on the whole breathing area, from the pelvic floor to the crown of the head, the front of the body, the back of the body, the sides, and inside. Working at a speed, a capacity that feels good for you. Allow the inhales to fill you up. Feel the exhales as a release. We'll take 5 more rounds of breath in the whole breathing area, front, back, middle, sides. Final 2 breaths. Let go of that last exhale. Let go of the 3-part breathing. Be still, eyes closed. And take a moment to feel anything that comes up for you, physically, mentally, emotionally, in the breath, energetically. Bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. And we have already set our intention, or if you need to set your intention, go ahead and do that now. You've already set it, remember it. We'll take another inhale together. Send out your intentions with your exhale. And release the hands down and come down to lie on your back. We'll lie down, draw the knees in. Give them a little squeeze, so some compression through the hips. And then any movement side to side or rolling the knees around. We'll start now to connect into a smooth, easy breath. We're going to use that through the practice. Release the feet down onto the mat. Extend the right leg up to the ceiling and interlace around the back of the right thigh. And take some ankle rolls through the right ankle. Spread out the toes, working in both directions. You can point and flex. And then we're going to kick out through the right heel up to the ceiling. Work the right leg towards straight. And then draw the leg in towards you. So you want to feel the stretch through the back of the right leg. You're just working to the point of sensation. You don't need to pull it in too far. Take a few breaths here. Release the hands. We'll take figure 4 on the right. So the right ankle crosses the left thigh. Open your knee up. Flex the right foot. You can stay just like this or thread the needle. Both hands around the back of the left thigh. Let the left foot just dangle down. Keep the right foot flexed. Open the right knee up. And relax the shoulders and the face. Every time we pause, when it goes a little bit quiet, just come back to the breath and the awareness of the sensations in the body. Release the hands. Bring your left foot onto the mat. Keep the right ankle crossed. Shift the hips over to your right a little bit. We're going to roll the legs to the left, so the right foot steps down on the floor. Left hand onto the belly, right hand reaches out to the right, and you can roll the head to the right if that's okay for your neck. And come back to the breath. If this position is not comfortable for you, you can just release the legs and have the thighs together with the knees bent. Now release the legs, bring the knees together, come back to center, and extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Interlace around the left thigh. Take your ankle rolls. When you're doing that, not just flapping it around, you want to see how that foot feels today. The ankle, the toes, the heel. And then flex the foot, press the heel up towards the ceiling. Straighten the leg any amount. And the tendency here is for the bum to sort of roll up and the lower back to curve into the mat. We want to regain a bit of the natural curve in the lower back. So push your tailbone, push your bum down a bit. And then draw the leg in. Releasing into figure 4. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, left foot flexed. Hold it here or option to thread the needle. Release the right foot down. Dangly right foot. Left foot is active and flexed. And drop the shoulders. Relax the jaw and the tongue. Come back to the breath. Release the hands, bring the right foot down. Shift the hips to the left, we'll take the twist. Roll the legs to the right. So the right foot touches down. Right hand rests on the belly. Left arm extends out to your left. And again, if this is uncomfortable for your legs, just bring the thighs together. Bring the knees together, come back to center, hug the knees in, give them a little squeeze, and then we're going to rock all the way up and over and push straight back to downward facing dog. So we meet in down dog. And make any adjustments that you need here, pedaling out the feet, shaking the hips, the head. And then come into stillness, the fingers spread really wide. Now plug the fingertips in, plug the knuckles down, and then shift the weight back. If you can open up through the armpits. Crown of the head is towards your thumbs, chin tucks in a little bit, and the tailbone is lifting up and back towards the top corner of the room. And you can keep the knees as bent as you need them to be, and the heels are working down and back. Take a deep inhale through the nose, and a sigh out through the mouth. Inhale to lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee and open the hip. Now point that knee up to the ceiling and press the left heel down towards the mat. Right knee up, left heel down. You might take some ankle rolls. You can bend and straighten through the right leg. And you keep plugging the hands in, pushing the weight back. On your inhale, kick out through the right heel. Actively square off the hips. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Come forwards and step the right foot through. Give it a helping hand if you need to. The back knee drops down. And we want to sink the hips nice and low. Hands, right hand inside the right foot. You can stay up on your hands. You could use a block if you like, or you might be able to come down onto your forearms. So we're going to hold it here. Doesn't really matter where you are with the hands and the arms. It just needs to be in a comfortable position where you can feel this opening through the left hip. And you could be still, you can rock a little bit side to side, you could pulse in and out if you need to. And of course, there's always the option to pad out the back knee if that's uncomfortable. So bring your left hand under the left shoulder. Reach the right hand straight up to the ceiling. So really turning the ribs, the rib cage to the right. Reach the right hand up. Notice what's going on in your left shoulder. Press into the left hand so you spread the weight out of that left shoulder. Reach up. Draw the right shoulder blade onto your back and maybe lean back a little bit. On your next exhale, the right hand comes down and we'll pull back to half split. So the hip shifts directly above the back knee And we turn the right toes up to the ceiling, hands on the mat or hands on your blocks. And inhale to lift the chest, and then exhale to hinge forwards, looking for the sensation down the back of the leg. So it doesn't need to make you pull a face. You should still be able to breathe easily. Just one more big breath. We're going to come back into the low lunge, hands under the shoulders. Step back to a plank, either high plank or release the knees down, modified plank. Take another inhale. On your exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down onto your belly. Point the toes and press the tops of the feet down, forehead down. Feel very long from the toe tips to the crown of the head. On your inhale, cobra, press down, lift up any amount, whatever feels good in your body. Exhale, lower down. We're going to do that again, but come up and hold it. So inhale, curl up. Know that we're going to hold it, so find your sweet spot. The legs are strong, shoulder blades draw together, chest pulls through, and the crown of the head lifts up. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. So it's quite active. And then gently release down. On your next inhale, come up through all fours or plank. Exhale, shift back to downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. And we'll switch sides. An inhale lifts the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Left knee points up, right heel drops down. Any movement that you like through the left leg, go ahead. Keep the shoulders square. Your next inhale, kick out through the right heel, square off the hips. Exhale, draws the knee towards the nose. Step the left foot through, back knee down for the low lunge. Hands inside the left foot. So you're on your hands or forearms or a block. The hips sink down and forwards. Adding in the twist, right hand down, left hand peels up. So the left hand is reaching up, torso is lifting up and opening, and the hips are still sinking down. On your next exhale, release the left hand down, pull back to half split, shift the hips back, flex the left foot. Inhale to lift, lengthen, exhale to fold in. So it's just the same as when we were lying on our backs in that hamstring stretch. The foot is flexed and you want to spread that stretch all the way down the back of the left leg. On your inhale, come forwards, low lunge, plant the hands and step back to your plank. Take an inhale here. Use your exhale to lower down onto your belly. Forehead down, tops of the feet press down, this time arms down by your sides. So the palms turn down, thumbs turn out. On your inhale, lift the feet up. Push the pubic bone down. On your next exhale, release the feet. On your inhale, the chest and the head lift up. Keep looking down so that the neck is neutral. On your exhale, release the forehead down. Inhale to lift the feet up. Hold it here on your exhale. Your inhale lifts the chest and the head up. Press into your hands. Lengthen toes to the crown. The option then is to keep the hands pushing down, or you float the hands up. Maybe take an interlace behind the back if that's good for your shoulders. And we're here for 3 more breaths. So if the breath is compromised, you need to ease off a little bit. Use your next exhale to release. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Inhale up to all fours. Take the knees wide. Big toes to touch for child's pose. Seat to heels. Bring the forehead onto the mat. Extend the arms forwards. We're here for 5 breaths. Notice how this feels through the lower back, through the hips, the shoulders. And come back up to all fours. Tuck the toes, push back to downward facing dog. On your next exhale, look forwards, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhaling for a halfway lift, hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold in, let the head go. Take another breath or 2 here. On your next inhale, rise up, reach up, a big stretch. Exhale, hands to heart. And be still. Smooth out the breath. And come back to your intention. Release the hands down by the sides. On your next inhale, reach up, look up, a little back bend at the top. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank. And we take an inhale in plank, high or modified plank. On your exhale, lower down. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Legs are strong. Push into the hands, lift up. Exhale, meeting in down dog. Go through the knees or plank. Down dog for 3 breaths. On your next exhale, look forwards. Step or hop to the top. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. Fold forwards with the exhale. Inhale, rise up. And we'll keep moving. The exhale, fold back in. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, not speeding up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to your plank. And we take an inhale. Exhale to lower down. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, move back to down dog. 3 breaths. Press the weight back. Lift the hips up. Sink the heels down. Use your next exhale to look forwards. Make your way to the top. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach up. Flowing through one more time. Exhale to fold forwards. Bring the prayer down the center line or swan dive forwards. Halfway lift. Inhale. Thighs press back. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. And another inhale here. Exhale as you slowly lower down. Inhaling cobra or octo, the crown of the head lifts up. Exhale to down dog. 3 breaths. We're going to release down to all fours. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. On an inhale, kick your right heel up to the ceiling. The right knee bent, right foot flexed. Moving with the breath. Exhale, knee to nose. Round in like cat pose. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, the knee comes towards the right elbow. Lean into it. Inhale, kick back up. And this time, you lower the knee down in line with the left knee, but it's not touching the mat, hovering. On your inhale, bring the right knee out to the side like a peeing dog. The right knee is still bent, the right foot is flexed. Lean into it. Exhale, release the knee down, not touching the floor, just hovering. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift the knee out to the side. Exhale, down. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Then release the right knee down. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale to cow pose, look up. Exhale to cat, round the back, tuck the chin. Back to neutral, second side, moving with the breath. Exhale, kick the left heel up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick up. Exhale, lean in, knee towards your left elbow. Inhale, kick up. And then exhale, release the left knee down, hovering off the floor next to your right knee. On your next inhale, the left knee lifts out to the side. Exhale, lower it down. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale, slow release. Then drop the left knee down. Inhale to cow pose, look up. Exhale to cat, round in. Back to a neutral spine. Take the knees wide, big toes touch, child's pose. Seat to heels, forehead on your mat. Deepen the breath. Take 5 full breaths here, following each breath in and out. Gently roll the head from side to side. Feel some release through the neck and the shoulders. Some yawning stretches through the jaw, so opening and closing the jaw. But also get a bit of a wiggle through the jaw, so sideways. And tongue waggle, stick it out, give it a waggle. You can make a noise if you want to, I can't hear. And then we come back to all fours. Tuck the toes, lift up to downward facing dog. Fingers spread wide, press the weight back, heels down. There's an optional vinyasa, so you could stay as you are or flow through. Inhaling to a plank. Exhaling to lower down with control. Inhale for your back bend. You can mix up these back bends. Exhale lifts the hips up and back, down dog. When you're next exhale, look forwards, step or hop to the top, and take a halfway lift. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold in. Catch another breath or two. Use an inhale to rise all the way up. Press into your feet, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. And be still. Close the eyes. And feel whatever's coming up for you. The physical sensations. Thoughts, emotions, the breath. And we'll take a balancing standing sequence. So bringing the hands onto the hips. Root down through the left foot. And lift the right knee up. Then swing the right knee out to the side. Keep the hips square, so not turning to the right. You're just opening that knee out to the right. Right foot is flexed. Bring that right knee forwards. And then start to kick the right heel out behind you. You might lean in a little bit, that's okay. Inhale, come back up, bring that right knee up. Open the right knee out to the right, hips are still square. And then we're going to move into tree pose. So you place that right foot exactly where you want it to go. Doesn't need to be at the top of the thigh, just need to be able to position it without using your hands. Press the right foot into the left leg. Press the left foot into the mat. Hug the belly in, lift the chest up, hands to heart. And the gaze is just fixed onto one point. To feel that this is not just a balancing pose, there is this hip opener here. And then if you want to add in your arm variations, go for it. Whatever takes your fancy this evening. And if you wobble a little bit, go with the wobbles, find that softness. If you fall out, just come back in. And then bring the hands back to the heart. Bring the right knee forwards. Lift the right knee up. Kick out through the right heel. Bring the hands onto the hips. Maybe you can lift the right leg a little bit higher without leaning back too much. Crown of the head up, chest open, lift the leg up. Keep breathing. Feel what's happening. And then gently release the right foot down. And can you just pause in Tadasana? No need to move. Feel whatever there is. Nothing's going to fall off or break. Feel the effects of the practice. And we'll switch side. Bring the hands onto the hips. Lift the left knee up. So really rooting through the right foot. Left knee lifts up. And the core engages to support you here. We'll bring the left knee out to the side. So try and keep the hips square. Roll that knee out to the left. Hips square. Bring the left knee forwards. And then we're going to kick out behind. You might need to take a micro bend in your right knee. Inhale, you come back up, bring the left knee with you. Still breathing, not holding the breath. Left knee out to the side again. And then you place that left foot, same position as you took on the first side. And stabilize here by drawing everything in, pressing the right foot down, pressing the left foot in. Hands press, the chest lifts up to the thumbs. And you can hold it here or take your arm variation. Mix it up if you like. The gaze is soft onto one point. The breath is just soft and gentle. You take the hands back to the heart. The left knee comes forwards, hands onto your hips. Start to kick out through that left heel. We're working the leg towards straight. Knee can be a little bit bent. Then maybe you can lift that leg a bit higher. Try and soften the face to not grinding the teeth. Still breathing. Maybe a little smile. It's all good. Trembling and shaking is good. Something's happening. One more big breath here. And then a slow release of the left foot down. Into Tadasana, both feet on the mat, arms by the sides. No fidgeting, just be still. Close the eyes. And be with whatever's coming up for you. Notice how things just quietly disperse. And we're going to flow through one more time. So open the eyes. Use your inhale to reach up, stretch up. Exhale to fold forwards. There's no rush. Use all the breath. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale back to plank. And an inhale in plank. Exhale as you lower down. Inhaling cobra or up dog. Exhale, meeting in downward facing dog. And close the eyes, come back to your breath. On the next exhale, look forwards. Step or hop through to seated. And extend the legs straight out in front. The feet either together or slightly apart. Knees can be a little bit bent. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale to tilt forwards. And then turn the gaze down. So you're looking down towards the shins, shoulders, and the face are relaxed. Breathe into the backs of the legs. Inhale to lift up. Bend the right knee, let that knee roll out to the right. So the right foot is inside the left leg. Inhale again to lengthen. Exhale to lean towards your left foot. You want to turn the ribs slightly towards the left leg, and you can either have the hands just on the floor either side of the shin, or bring your right hand outside of the left foot, and you can then turn the chest over the left knee. And you've got that same position here as we had in tree pose with the right leg. A couple of breaths. Inhale to lift out. Extend the right leg forwards. And switch sides. Left knee bends, left knee rolls out to the left. Inhaling to lift up. Exhale to fold in. Option to bring the left hand outside of the right foot. Turn the chest over the right knee. And breathe where you need it the most. And your next inhale to rise up. Bend the knees, plant the feet at the top of the mat. You can either hold on to the legs or reach the hands forwards. And we're going to slowly or quickly come down onto your backs. When you come down, let yourself be in whichever position you find yourself. Close the eyes. Let the body settle. Always nice to take a moment to really notice what it's like to be lying down at this point in the practice. We're going to move into our final relaxation. So the options would be Supta Baddha Konasana, like I am, with the soles of the feet together and the knees wide, arms wherever they want to be. Shavasana, with the legs and the arms extended. Or if you have a wall nearby or a sofa or a bed, you might want to take legs up the wall or hook the knees over the sofa like that. That's really nice. Again, arms wherever feels most comfortable for you. And then methodically work through, release any holding. There's no physical effort required. Scanning through the face, the eyes, the jaw, the tongue will release, the shoulders, the belly and the back, and the hips, the thighs, knees, the shins and the calves, and the ankles, toes and the feet just flopping. The whole body can feel very heavy. The breath is soft. We take a few minutes to be still and quiet. Start to take some deeper breaths. Filling up with the inhale, letting something go with each exhale. And when you're ready, start to move in the way that feels natural for you to come out of your practice. Keep your eyes closed. Maintain that inward awareness. And when you're ready, make your way up to sit. Find a comfortable seat. Hands in prayer. And take a moment to acknowledge your practice. Feel the practice in the body. In the mind. In your breath. And take the thumbs to the third eye. And remember your intention. You bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste.